Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is all about Allahnia Lenoir. Alright, I have a short news clip I'm going to play before I get started, so let me read the disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Alright, let's hear the news story.
Atlanta police needing your help getting justice for Allahnia Lenoir. She's been missing since the end of July, and now police say they believe she was murdered.
The Atlanta police just holding a press conference less than 2 hours ago, and they tell 11 Alive one of the suspects, Deontay Reynolds, is in the Fulton County Jail tonight, but they're now asking for the public's help in capturing 29-year-old Stephen Abate, and they do believe he's still in the metro Atlanta area and believe the two suspects knew Lenoir. And the 24-year-old woman was last seen at a Midtown apartment complex, and police believe that she was killed there and her body taken to another location.
But Atlanta police say they haven't yet found her body.
Our ultimate goal is to locate the body of Allahnia and be able to provide closure for this grieving family. And anytime we advertise an individual's face and let them know that they are wanted, we know that it increases the likelihood of that person trying to flee. But we also know that we are stronger when we work together with the community, and we are confident that tips will come in that will lead us to the apprehension of this individual.
In the last 10 minutes, we just received this statement from Allahnia's family saying in part, we knew that this was going to be a race against time, but until her body is recovered, we remain hopeful, and we know that the tips from the public and all of the media attention has helped us get us this far in finding my daughter. And we want to give you one close look at Stephen Abate. If you have any information about his whereabouts, you are urged to call the Atlanta Police Department. Coming up on 11 Live News at 11 o'clock, our very own Hope Ford is going to continue to look into these latest developments.
Alright, so now that everybody is all up to date, we are going to inquire about Allahnia Lenoir's being missing. She's been missing for 53 days. She went missing from zip code 30309 on July the 30th. We are going to start the clock at 9 p.m. and the clock is going to go through to 8 p.m. So we're going to start out on July the 30th, and then we're going to go into the 31st. Again, we are in Atlanta, zip code 30309. We're looking for Allahnia Lenoir, who was last seen at 1616 Peachtree Midtown Apartments in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Let's see what came out over here. Now, as you know, if too many come out, I take the top and the bottom, and if they fall to the floor, I only take the ones that fall face down. So this is quite a bit in one. So I'm going to take the top and the bottom from this one. All right, so we have 2 cards. We're going to keep going till we get 2 more. So back to the story. Let's switch decks. Since it is spooky season, let's cross over and try to get the 2 more out of the Beauty of Horror deck. Alright, so back to the story. Allahnia Lenoir was with one of her friends, a female friend, and they decided to go hang out at this Midtown apartment with these 2 guys, Stephen and Deontay. Now, the other lady that was there, I guess sometime throughout the evening, sometime after 9 p.m., she decided that she was done hanging out, so she left Allahnia there with Stephen. Alright, so we have some more that has come out. Alright, again, this is quite a bit, so we're going to take the top and the bottom. And now we have our 4 cards. Alright. And if the cards fall to the floor, I only take the ones that fall face down. Alright, so let's start with the first 2 that came out. Alright, like I said, we are inquiring about Allahnia Lenoir, who went missing on July the 30th. On 2022 in zip code 30309. Alright, so the first card that came out is the Ace of Cups. And they're showing me these 2 hands. This is not like somebody sitting with their hands like this. This is this looks like a female hand right here. So there was some hand holding or hand touching. But this doesn't quite look aggressive yet. This looks like this is still friendly. We have a little bit of hand holding. But of course I'm going to clarify this. All right. The next card that came out is the Queen of Swords. And I must note, even though we have not gotten to the other card yet, the last card that came out is also a Queen of Swords. So we have a queen that has doubled down. And I'm going to look at them together to see what corresponds, since they came out almost consecutively. All right. Okay, they're making sure they're noting out to me that on both of these pictures, her body is completely covered. You know, in tarot cards, sometimes you never know exactly what kind of outfit they're going to have people in. But Spirit is noting that her clothes, she was not taking those off willingly. She was wanting to remain clothed. All right. And the last card that came out is the Moon. Let's see what's on here. All right. So, you know how like that whole werewolf or like the full moon, they turn into something and now they're dangerous? This is what happens. From these 4 cards, just without clarifying them, it would appear that they were kind of getting along okay. So maybe that's why the other friend left. But then it quickly became apparent that Alana was not with the I guess you could say any kind of sexual part that would have required her to take clothes off. She was not having that. And then that's when things took a turn. So let's clarify and try to get some answers. All right. All right, Spirit, you have shown me within the zip code of 30309 on July the 30th, running through to July 31st. We were starting at 9 p.m. and the event ends at 8 a.m. And the reason why the event ends at 8 a.m. was because that is when the other female friend began to call her mom and ask if she made it home. So the event ends at 8 a.m. The event begins at 9 p.m. All right, Spirit, I'm wanting to ask, okay, the moment where we have the hand touching. Oh, all right, well, I got to see what that is since it just jumped out. Another Queen of Coins. Well, another Queen. Queen of Coins this time. And she's very poised. This card actually has Alana's energy on it. Very poised young lady. Very collected. She has herself together. All right, so good. We are in her energy firmly. That's always a good thing. All right, now, what I was wanting to say is when it comes to the hand touching, was it between Alana and Steven or Alana and Deontay? You know what, we're going to switch over to the movie tarot because that deck has people in it. And I think it'd be easier to tell the 2 men apart by using this deck. So, Spirit, we're wanting to know on July the 30th, running through to July the 31st, in the zip code of 30309, between 9 p.m. and 8 p.m., Alana was at 1660 Midtown Apartments in Atlanta, Georgia. She was there with Steven and Deontay. She was being kind of friendly with one of them, like they were getting along a little. Can you tell me which one of the men she was kind of getting along with? All right, it fell. Let's see what's on it. All right, and we're trying to see who was wanting to be like touchy friends, Deontay or Steven? Ooh, and what came out is Forrest Gump. And this is the famous scene where Forrest Gump is running. He's running, like, run, Forrest, run. But Spirit and me both think, since this is the one that is still loose, the one that is still on the run. So that would be Steven. Steven is the one who was trying to be kind of touchy. So the one is on the run. It was Steven, who I guess initially was to be her match. Like you go on double dates, and I guess the other friend was there for Deontay, but Alana was there for Steven. And that's who was with the touching. All right? Thank you, Spirit, for that. Now, the next question I have is, where is he now? Because that's the one that's missing. So, Spirit, now that we are locked in on Steven's energy, who is running, and they were saying whether or not they thought he was still in Atlanta. I mean, Forrest Gump is known for running on a highway. In this card, anyway. Or it's because it does kind of look like a back town. When you think about that street that he was running down in that scene, there wasn't very much traffic. There wasn't very much traffic at all. That was like a rural area. But all right. Spirit, I'm going to ask you now, where is Steven at? The one who is on the run. The one who wanted to be Alana's special friend. Do you know where he is now? Can you tell me what's around him now? Not in there? All right. Let's look over here. All right. So, make sure I got them all. To try to find out where he is now, we're going to use a clarifier deck, the spider deck. All right, Spirit. I'm still asking you about Steven. He was one of the last people with Allahnia Lenoir when she went missing on July the 30th through the 31st in the event that happened between 9 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the 30309 zip code. Ooh. All right. All right, so what came out is a dominating man. Okay, well, since we're talking about him, he could be the one who kicked off the murder. Or he could be the one who kicked off the violence. He is the one who's running. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that. I think Fatty, stop it. I'm sorry, my cat has decided to now have like a war with her litter box or something. Fatty. All right. So anyhow, Spirit, I'm wanting to know where he is now. Where is Steven at right now? No, he's not in there. All right. All right. Well, since it is spooky season, let's look in the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. All right. And we're going to ask this question one more time about where he is, and then we're going to move on to try to find where Alana's body is. All right, Spirit, we are still inquiring about Steven. I think his last name was Abate, who was with Allahnia Lenoir on July the 30th through the 31st in the event that happened between 9 p.m. and 8 a.m. in the zip code of 30309. He's now missing. Deontay has been apprehended, but Steven is still missing. Where is he at? What is his surroundings? What is around him? All right, so the card that came out is the Two of Presents. And it's a Jack in a Box. Two Jack in the Boxes. The thing about Jack in the Boxes they are mechanical devices. It's a mechanical device. See that lever? It's a mechanical device. If I can remember correctly, most Jack in the Boxes were also metal. It opens and closes and goes up and down. Alright. I'm going to think about that for a moment, but we're going to move on to the next question of where is Alana's body? I want to say he took a train ride somewhere, but let's move on to the next question. All right, Spirit. So the next question I have for you regarding Allahnia Lenoir's disappearance is, where are her remains at right now? Because her family really wants her back. So we're going to use the Wonderland Tarot and Wonderland deck. All right, Spirit. We are asking about Stephen and Lenoir. Deontay has been captured, but Stephen is missing and Lenoir's body is missing. Can you maybe show me what is around her body, or where is her energy at now, whether it is stopped or it's still going? Where is Alana's energy at? Oh, all right. So something has come out. See, they answer the questions when they want to answer. I don't think they know where he at. All right. I mean, I'm sure they know, but sometimes it's blocked. All right. So what came out is these two cards. We have the Eight of Swords, which shows a woman being binded, being tied. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And they did come out, even though they're two different two different elements, like one is pentacles and the other one is swords, they are sequential. It's 8 and then 9. And then the 8 is being tied up. And the 9 is in a field. And this is Atlanta. So they actually do have a lot of grassy parts. So yeah, this is a field. I was trying to see if I could recognize any of this foliage in the background, like maybe it was some corn or something like that would signify that it was in like a garden. And there's absolutely no buildings around at all, no infrastructure, nothing but this little road. But that little road is just a part of the story. So it looks like her body or remains are just in a field outside with no structures around. All right, we'll leave it there. I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next.